Welcome back, FPL fam. This is going to be my Game Week 33 plus team selection. I hope you all had a great Game Week 32 plus. I did not. I went up against my buddy Dion in the mini league, and he triple captained a Bumying. So Dion, if you're hearing this, I hate you, and I'm going to steal your beer tomorrow on the 4th of July. But I had a good week scoring wise. Unfortunately, I had to go up against that. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. So here's my Game Week 32 plus team. I ended up with 72 points. I can't complain about that too much because, for one, I had Rashford who blanked as my captaincy pick. And for two, my two biggest hitters in Liverpool got me 2 points combined. But with all that being said, I thought I had a really good week. I'll talk about Son a little bit later. He got an assist late in the game. Ings, again, has just been phenomenal. De Bruyne had played incredible again. Every pass that he makes is just so phenomenal, and he's on pens. But at the end of the day, 72 points I can't complain about. It's another great week. It launched me into the top 400K. Very happy with my performance for my team this week. Now let's get into my team selection for 33. So after losing much sleep over this, here's my back line. I'm not touching it. I'm going to save a transfer and roll it into next week. In goal, I have Pope. Now, he's been a set-and-forget keeper for me ever since I brought him in. And here's an interesting stat for you. Pope has more points this year than Raheem Sterling does. That is crazy. I never thought I would see the day that would happen, especially because we all had Sterling at the beginning of the year. Set and forget, Pope's in. Now, Alexander-Arnold, I am a little concerned after watching the Man City-Liverpool game. Are they going to continue to play with the same passion they had? They came out pressing high off the bat, but they kind of let it lack as the game went on. And I'm also scared of the rotation, but I think that Alexander-Arnold's so dynamic, I just can't find a way to justify getting him out. Doherty himself had his lowest scoring total last week that he had in his last 7 weeks. 6 points. Going nowhere, playing on the wing-ish, getting up and down the field, sending in crosses, even getting into the box. I'm not touching Doherty. Now, Aurier is the one that I've definitely considered getting rid of. I know I just brought him in, but I want some Man United defense. They just look so solid. They've given up like 1 goal in their last 8 games, 2 goals in their last 8 games. I want to get in Wan-Bissaka, but I'm like 0.2 short, and I don't want to bring in Harry Maguire because I think I'm actually 0.1 short of him too. But I want Wan-Bissaka, and in order to do so, I need 2 transfers. So I'm going to save that for next week, I believe. But then again, Aurier plays Bournemouth next week. So again, that's my headache. I'm sticking now. I'm just going to set and forget that Aurier is in there. I'm going to roll the transfers. So for my midfield, I think I'm going to stick with what it is as well. De Bruyne is the best midfielder in the world, and I don't think it's close. He's the best player in the Prem. He has a very favorable schedule coming up. He's got eyes on the back of his head, the front of his head, the side of his head. He makes the best passes in the world. He's consistently going forward in transition. He's just so good. Set and forget. Also, Bruno Fernandes is another set and forget kind of player. He's averaging like 4 shots a game, 3 attempted assists a game. He's on corners, set pieces, penalties, same as De Bruyne. And he's just so dynamic. And at 8 point something, I think he's just a bargain. He's probably going to go up to 10 next year. But if you don't have either of those 2 players, go ahead and get them. I know their live ownership is high, but they're just so dynamic. Now, my concern right now is with Mo Salah is that they might have their foot off the gas now that the league's wrapped up. They don't have Champions League, FA Cup to play for. But I still think that Mo Salah is that hungry guy who is going to look for the golden boot. He's going to look for opportunities for records for the squad. I still think that they are going to, at least Mo Salah is going to have his foot on the gas here going forward. I think that he is still going to be a good buy. Now, this hurts my heart because he's one of my favorite players in the Prem, but I think Sonaldo's on the chopping block. Now, since the restart, he almost looks like he's not engaged in the games. He's not getting forward as much as he used to. And then I went and dig up some stats, and I saw that with Kane, he's just a completely different player under Mourinho. So with Kane, under Mourinho, he's averaging 70 minutes per shot in the box. Without Kane, it's every 25. With Kane, he's averaging 380 minutes per big chance. Without, it's only 75. Those are drastically different numbers. He looks like a must-buy when Kane's not on the pitch. And with Kane on, I don't think I could justify having him on my squad anymore. But the thing is, he has so much money that I could take his money and I could sub out James Justin for Wan-Bissaka, Son out for Pulisic, and Hayden out for Phil Foden. And I would still have 2 million quid left over. I think that it's going to be a move I make next week. But the hardest thing for me is I can't give up Son before he plays Bournemouth next week. I can easily see Son going for double-digit hauls next week, and it would just hurt me soul if that's what happened. But and again, I do want Pulisic. I'm American. It would be cool to watch someone from America play and have him on my fantasy team. But for now, I think I'm just going to keep Son. But that is a very interesting thought. So for my front three, I'm also sticking the same. And I'm even keeping in the armband on Rashford. I think Rashford has looked rusty since he came back from the restart, but I expect him to get back into it. And against Bournemouth, I think this is going to be the perfect opportunity for him to become the Marcus Rashford that we all expect him to be. With Fernandes and Pogba consistently looking for him on offense, even Martial looking for him all the time. I hope and pray this is the week he is going to perform. I'm going with him as a bit of a differential pick, and so that's where I'm sticking with. I'm also sticking with Danny Ings. He's got 18 goals, I think, this year, and every week for the past few months of game weeks, that is, people are like, Danny Ings is going to stop scoring. He's not going to do well anymore, and he's second in the Golden Boot chase. I think he really wants to win that Golden Boot. I think he's going to do anything he can to get there, and I know that he has a tough schedule coming up with Man City, Everton, and United. But if I do drop Sonny and I get Foden and Pulisic in, I could bench him for these next 3 weeks, keep his value going forward in the last 3 that are very favorable schedules for him. I'm going to stick with him. And also I have Jimenez this week. I know he blanked last week. That was my big concern with those Saturday morning games. And I know he plays Arsenal, but Arsenal's defense is trash. I think Arsenal is... they're almost going through a rebuilding while they have some solid players, but I'm sticking with Jimenez. He is so dynamic. But the big thing with him is that when Traore is on the pitch, I think with and without Traore, he is just a completely different... shit. I'm also going with Jimenez. Now, I know that he blanked last week, and that was my big concern going into the Saturday morning games. But he's playing an Arsenal team that I think are just struggling hard. I know Arsenal beat Norwich like 4-0, but it's Norwich, and Norwich have their suitcases packed already. And Jimenez, when Traore plays, he's just always getting involved. I think all but one of his goals this year have come with Traore on the pitch. So I really want Traore to play, but I'm sticking with Jimenez. I think he's one of the best strikers in the league this year, and I think he's going to continue to do well. So there you have it. There's my Game Week 33 Plus team. I still have James Justin on the bench. Check, check, check. So that's my Game Week 33 Plus team selection. Let me know if you think I should get rid of Son. Please, I need any help I can get. Let me know if I should change the armband on somebody. But thank you so much for watching this video, for all the love you've shown so far. Let me know on things I can improve on. Best of luck in this Game Week 33 Plus. As always, Don out.